That's it! I know what we're gonna do today!
So I think that clip actually embodies pretty much the spirit, the energy of co-op survival games. Hey friends and family, my name is Skylent, and over the past few years, like everyone else, I've been playing a bunch of survival games, especially cooperative. And if you're like me, then you've been playing Minecraft and you've jumped on with your friends and on the server and you're like, okay, what are we doing today? Are we building a castle? Are we going to the end? What's happening? You jump onto 7 Days to Die. You definitely gotta have a checklist with that game, and don't starve. What do we have to do? But in these kind of games, it creates this emergent gameplay loop where it's like, okay, what can we do? There's so much player expression, especially in the cooperative games, that you guys can all interweave together. You paint a masterpiece. How do you design your farm? How do you build up your tower defense? How do you build up your defenses, your walls, etc. Blah, you get it, right? You played a few of them. Minecraft, Don't Starve, 7 Days to Die, you know them. But what are the hidden gem ones? What are the ones that people don't normally mention in top 10 lists, or are new, or just added in new game modes? Something that's new to explore, something that you can do today with your friends. What is it? What are those? Here we go. This is my top 5, with an honorable mention, best hidden gem co-op survival games that you didn't know. Okay, so starting out here for a game that you probably didn't know, it's Scrap Mechanic, and you do know Scrap Mechanic, but here's the thing. A lot of you guys maybe have seen videos of people just making random contraptions. But there actually has been an addition to the game. There was a new update where they added in co-op. Now, full disclaimer, the co-op version is super early access. The game as a whole is still in development, but then the actual cooperative and gameplay loop of that is not as fully fleshed out as basically any other released game like Minecraft. But it still actually has a lot of charm. I spent a couple days in it with a friend and I had so much fun with it. So what makes Scrap Mechanic unique, single player, co-op otherwise, it's very scrappy. If you like playing with redstone in Minecraft, this is like, take all the craziest redstone mods from Minecraft. I'm talking like Tech It, and then moving forward, maybe even the new Create, where you have moving, platforms and stuff like that. It's about that, it's that complexity where you actually create vehicles and you can create really awesome automation. So it's Redstone the game, with some weird physics. It's weird and wacky, and there is a wave survival element to it. But again, early access, you do gotta look out for that. Maybe play it, tease it a little bit. But from what I have seen, just the solidity of that building and building vehicles, like you can make like a train system with your friend, helping them out of a tough spot. Maybe you have a logging vehicle and you're the logger, or your friends have all their different roles and their other different machines that they're building up. Maybe some person just manages the farm. There is stuff and things to do in this game. Even though it's not all about base building, it's really cool to make all these different vehicles and things and explore the world. As light as it is right now, this game is only going to get bigger and better. And from what I've already played, it's also right now pretty sweet. Okay, so even though it is mostly a single player experience at the moment, the co-op exists. It's a hidden gem. More people need to check it out. But yeah, the only problem is that it's kind of sophisticated. Like, it's really intense. Definitely very tutorial heavy. You're gonna have a guide open while you play it, but that's pretty similar to a lot of these games. So if you want something that's a little bit more hardcore, more redstone and engineering, which a lot of these games do tease, Scrap Mechanic is the peak of that gameplay. It just needs to fill in the rest of the gameplay loop. Next up, we have Craftopia, and this is kind of a deep-fried meme of a game, just to be completely honest. And that's actually okay. That's very self-aware of what the survival genre is. I mean, if you've listened to the devs of Conan, they're basically like, yeah, we made Conan Exiles because like these games are easy and like you can make it buggy and glitchy and like, most people don't care. Just make a shitty game the best you can, and that's it. Push it out. It's cheap, easy, done. And that's okay. A lot of people know that. These are cheap, generally strange games. They're experimental, okay? And that's actually what makes them so beautiful. Craftopia is an amalgamation of a lot of weird mechanics. But really, when I first saw it, I wasn't going to play. I wasn't even going to talk about it ever, because I was like, dude, this is just an asset flip. It's like a bunch of different assets that they bought from the store or something, threw it all together. It's a bunch of these like trendy, topical game design mechanics. Like, oh, we got gliders, and it's got like sort of like, I don't know, Genshin Impact-ish, or I want to say Breath of the Wild, straight up inspired, cloned mechanics. But then it's like Minecraft. But then it's like Civilization, because as you build up and level up your technology, it goes through the different eras. So eventually you can end up with tanks and shit. Like it's crazy. So I don't know, man. It's a lot of weird stuff going in together, but that's kind of okay. Now that I really think about it, that's okay to make something that's a deep fried meme of a game a lot of the genre really is that anyways, and even though it's not the best of any one thing, just that living world, you could just jump in with your friends and play together, go run some dungeons, even if they are a little bit more bland and straightforward, and just, build up your bases together. That's something magical about it. So yeah, I'm gonna put Craftopia at number 4. Next up, halfway on the list, we have a game called Colony Survival, which it looks like Minecraft, but it's not. It's really more like, it kind of reminds of a lot of strategy games that have been coming out lately, mainly like maybe They Are Billions. So you mix like strategy and Minecraft. Like, have you ever wanted to play like a macro or village-oriented Minecraft build where you kind of manage the villagers, which I guess you can debatably do. It's more, horde or wave survival, and it's just more strategic. It's not just crafting and building and maybe, whacking people with your sword. It's a little bit macro, or maybe inversely, you play some strategy games, but you kind of wish you were on the ground. You were one of the workers that was like, building and making the bases literally. That's actually something people search for a lot. What are great like city building or base building strategy games? Okay, well, here we go. A freaking awesome Minecraft / They Are Billions merger. It had a baby. Colony Survival exists. You build up your castle with your friends so that you can protect the colony within the walls from zombie hordes. I think if you're coming from a place of like Factorio or maybe Infinifactory, things like that, you're going to be very interested in this title. Especially so if you've kind of been there, done that with Minecraft. And next up, I'm going to break the rules just a little bit. How do you even define a survival game? There's a lot of horror games that are called survival, I get it, but anyways, I'm going to put down Mindustry, because I did just actually mention Factorio, and here we have a Factorio clone-ish game. It is an action tower defense title that is really focused on the factory, the base building and resource gathering, and the survival of wave defense kind of stuff. So it's pretty intense. The hordes get really ridiculous, but this game is actually co-op, and it can be played free to play. So you can also purchase the game if you want to. That's optional, but you can play it on mobile for free, and you can play with friends co-op for free, or you can actually PvP and stuff like that. So I really appreciate this title. I played it way too much. Like, it's an incredibly addictive game if you play it just single player, running through the campaigns, and then you have custom campaigns, there's like mod support, and of course, play co-op and building with everyone. So this one is more for the session kind of players, like you just play for a weekend, or it's something that you play for a few hours with some friends, and you definitely get that base building survival aspect, because it is horde survival, but I will admit it doesn't have hunger, thirst, things like that, and the resource management is about it works a little bit inversely compared to most survival games. But if you like the Factory style games like Factorio, then Mindustry is the hidden gem that you must play. But before I get to my number 1, I do want to have my honorable mention, which is going to be Fallout 76. Now, it's an honorable mention here because it is a popular game. Not too popular, actually, on PC. Like, it had a lot of rough patches, especially when it came out. A lot of people hated it, and honestly, I hated it too, but they had a free weekend with their new expansion that they released for free. It went on sale, I tried it out, and I cannot deny that I had some of the best gaming moments of my life playing this game, and that was solo before I even agreed to play with my friend and joined in with the the dynamic events and the open world server social stuffs. That elevates it tremendously. I mean, I love so much about this game. So much little polishes are there. There's also a lot of little bugs, but like, I love the way the emotes work. I love the way the game looks and feels. Basically, I play the game to be a monster hunter, but also the base building is so fun. There's a lot of strategy, and some people role play. They build their camps all together. I actually have went with my friend, and we co-opted and we searched for the best places to build our bases. We put them next to each other, and there's actually a lot that I could really ramble about. It is actually kind of a fun Fallout game. Some people really downplay it, but I know it's not New Vegas, but it's actually a lot of fun too. And in terms of survival, there are survival mechanics. If you don't pay attention to ammo, if you don't pay attention to the, soft survival mechanics, you will get your shit kicked in. You will die. And you do want to work together with your friend, and you can co-op this game tremendously. I know it doesn't tick all the boxes 100% for every survival game player, even comparing to games on this list. Like, you're not going to be doing crazy machines like in Scrap Mechanic, or doing radical giant bases like in Colony Survival. And it's not quite tower defense either, but in the end, it is a game that is in the middle of a lot of genres, and at first, I will admit, it was kind of the worst of all worlds, but over time, this game has become good, and that's why it is a hidden gem. Because maybe you guys don't realize how good it really do be. Okay, and now our number 1, which is another one that also halfway kind of breaks the rules, but God, I gotta shout it out. That's gonna be Hunt Showdown. So I grew up in the swamps, and I gotta say, this is the only game I have ever played that has really gotten swamps right. The sounds, the look, the feel. Okay, enough. Atmospherically, Hunt Showdown, holy frick. And then it's a horror game, so here's how it's survival. It's like a 2v2v2v2v2 kind of battle royale, so maybe you don't realize that Hunt Showdown, like a lot of critics are like, dude, you guys should play Hunt Showdown, nobody's playing it, play it, it's fucking awesome. It is, it's good, but a lot of people kind of present it as a battle royale, and it is a battle royale, but it's a survival game, kind of first. So you're surviving against players that are hunting you, but it's PvEVP. So there's an environmental factor. What is it? Freaking monsters, zombies, really grotesque demons. The spider boss? Oh my god. Anyways, so you're running around the map trying to get, I guess, points, essentially. Like you're killing monsters, and especially if you can kill the bosses, epic. You're trying to kill the bosses and then escape the map. So you can play the game, not even fight any other player, and just leave. You can just kind of get what you can get, and then leave. You can go, for gold, kill everyone, kill all the bosses, clear the whole map, and then leave. And then you level up your character. You're able to purchase new items from that. But here's the gimmick, and here's how it's a survival game, even though it's session-based, and even though it's a battle royale. Well, it's a horror game, but I'm not counting most horror survival as survival games. It's because if you die inside of a match, your character dies. You have to start a new character, which you have to re-outfit, re-equip, and all that good stuff. And it's co-op because it is balanced and designed really around playing two teams, like 2 people in a team versus 2 people versus 2 people, in a battle royale kind of setting. So it's duos. And I really freaking appreciate the sound design of this game in so many ways. It feels more survival horror than any other horror game that I've ever played that calls itself survival horror, while literally, yeah, it kind of is a survival game. No hunger, thirst meters like that, but in the end, I think it just barely meets the criteria, and it is a game that needs to be shouted out. Totally a hidden gem. Maybe not that hidden, because every critic is like, hey, it's a hidden gem, but yeah, anyways. Most of this genre is viral, but still, I think more people definitely need to be checking out Hunt Showdown. You will never play a game like this. And that's my list, guys. 5 plus 1 honorable mention, and hopefully you understood what I was trying to say and get across with this list, even though I did kind of break some of the rules just a little bit. A lot of games are copy and paste, and you wanted to know the ones that are truly hidden gems, the ones that are truly unique and special to actually check out. And that's it. These are the ones. Now, if there's any that I missed or that you think deserves a little bit more attention, absolutely shout it out. Maybe if you guys just want a flat top 10 of what are the absolute best, which obviously, like, Minecraft Sunday Design, I can do that. I can elaborate on that. I could do a big, thick video. I actually have dozens and dozens of hours of footage from all those games, and I love this genre, and I hope you guys do too. I can't wait to play more. And yeah, if there's any brand new ones, please let us know in the comments below. It's the Friends and Family Show. Let's help each other out, and let's play games together. Much love. My name's Skylent, and I'll see you in the next one.